Hi everybody, and welcome to our presentation on ranking and commission with Simply Aroma. My name is Alan Gray. My wife Liz and I are presidential founder candidates with Simply Aroma, and this is our understanding of the Simply Aroma ranking and compensation plans. So today we're going to talk about rank and title in Simply Aroma and what they mean and what the difference is. We're going to lay out what we mean by commission and bonus. We'll run through what you get paid commission on and the things that you don't. We'll talk about how you get bonus qualified. Then we'll start looking at the structures for your downline, and we'll define what we mean by legs, levels, and generations. We'll run through the various bonuses that are available. We'll talk about rank and the difference between qualification and maintenance requirements. We'll run through the 40% rule and the 2-month rule. And then finally, we'll go through all of the ranks in Simply Aroma, and we'll touch upon what's needed to achieve each of those ranks. So, rank and title. Well, what are they and why do we have them as different? So in Simply Aroma, corporate want to always recognize us for what we've achieved. So they separated out the idea of rank and title. So your rank is based on what rank you've achieved on the previous month, and title is your highest ever rank that you achieved. So in any communications or anything that goes out, Simply Aroma always will use your title. So they'll always use the highest rank that you've achieved. So for example, if this month I was a manager and I happened to get sick for a month and I couldn't work my business and I dropped back down to a VIP consultant, it's nobody's business but mine and corporate's. So in anything that corporate put out, or they'll always see, or other people will always see my highest rank, that I'm manager, and they won't say, oh, look at him, he lost his rank this month, something must be going on, and so on. So we've just put a few little bullet points here to talk about rank and title. So rank is used for all calculations. So anything to do with money, basically, you'll use your rank, which is what you achieved in the previous month. It's real time insofar as it'll update from month to month. It can go up and down, and it's private, so it's just between you and corporate. Title, on the other hand, it's just honorific. It's used for recognizing what you've achieved, which is Simply Aroma business. It's always whatever your best ever rank is. It'll never drop, and it's public. That's what is shared with people when corporate talk about you to others. So, in a similar vein, commission and bonus are differentiated. So commission is, when we talk about it in Simply Aroma, and in this presentation, we'll talk about it in terms of your payments based on your personal sales. And when we talk about bonus, we'll mean payments to you based on the sales of your team. Another word for, or another way of describing bonus in this context is your downline commission. So in Simply Aroma, there is no qualification to get paid your commission. So if there's no minimum sales amounts that you must make in order to get paid your commission, you will get your 25% or more on every single penny that you sell. For bonuses or for downline commissions, there is a qualification, and we'll talk about that in a couple of slides. So in order to get paid on your downline with Simply Aroma, you must be bonus qualified, and we'll talk about that in 2 slides. So what is the commission structure in Simply Aroma? Well, it's based on personal retail. So you will get 25% on every penny that you sell up to $999. That goes up to 30% at $1,000 and then it jumps again to 35% if you sell $1,900 or more in a month. Now, it's important to note that that percentage is paid on the entire amount, not just the fraction that's above the threshold. So in this example here we have on the slide, if you sell $1,200, you get paid at 30% on that whole $1,200. So that would be $360. It isn't divided out where you get 25% on your first 1,000, which would be $250, plus 30% on that $200, which sums to $310. So as you can see, the structure is set up very favorably for the consultant, where you get a $50 difference, which we think is awesome. So we get commission on all of our personal sales. We don't get commission on starter kits. So if you recruit somebody into the company, you don't actually get any payment for that. And that was a very deliberate decision by Simply Aroma, because they want to encourage good behavior. So if we sponsor someone into the company, we're going to want to work with them and develop them and help their business grow so that we get paid when they start getting paid. Back office fees we don't get paid on. However, they do count towards your volume for rank, which is pretty unique, I believe, in direct sales. But Simply Aroma Corporate decided to count that for us, which is brilliant. As your team grows and you have quite a number of people who pay for their back office, then those little 995s all add up. We don't get any commission on consultant supplies, nor do we get any commission on our auto-ship program. The reason for that is that our auto-ship program is already discounted by 30%, plus we get free shipping, so we don't also get commission on that. And similarly, if you order anything at wholesale price at 25% off in the back office, you don't get a further commission on that, and that's because you've already got your 25% off the top. Now, we won't touch upon it other than mentioning it in this presentation, but if you're ordering more than $150 of oils in a month, you should set up a party with yourself as a host. The reason for that is, at $150, a party gets 10% hostess rewards. Or host rewards. So if you set yourself up as the host, you'll get your 25% consultant commission, but you also get your 10% as hostess rewards. So, when we talk about being bonus qualified to get paid in our downline, we also have to mention that in order to maintain your rank that you achieve through team volume and sales, you also must be bonus qualified for that month. So there are 3 ways to become bonus qualified. The first is to do $400 in personal sales volume in a given month. So that's where you host a certain number of parties or events, and your combined sales in those totals $400 or more. The second option is that you can do $100 in sales plus be enrolled in the Simply Order program. So all of our Simply Order programs are between $90 and $100. But that SOP package plus your $10 back office fee will sum to over $100. So if you're enrolled in the auto-ship program, you can do an additional $100 of sales a month and still be bonus qualified. And the third option then is to do $200 in just pure auto-ship. Now, you can order 2, 3, 4, or however many auto-ship packages or SOP packages that you wish, but you can also create custom auto-ship packages. Now these custom ones, so say for example you wanted to get just over $200 in SOP, you could pick 2 of the regular SOP packages and add in a couple of bottles of other oils to bring it over that $200 value. But we need to always remember that those extra items that aren't contained in a package, they do not have free shipping, and they're only 25% off, which is the regular wholesale price, rather than the 30% off like the other SOP packages. Excuse me. So next, we will talk about, we'll lay the groundwork and define what we mean by certain words when we talk about our ranking structure. So first off, a leg. So a leg is anybody who's placed directly under you, and then everybody down under them. When we talk about ranking in Simply Aroma, we look the entire way down a leg rather than just at the top of the leg. So I'll explain that in terms of these three images here. In order to get to manager, you need to have a number of VIP consultants under you. A VIP consultant is defined as somebody who has 3 personally sponsored. So in this first image here, we have a leg with one person who has sponsored 3 people in. So in this image we have one leg and it's a VIP consultant because we have down that leg we have one person who has sponsored 3 people in. Oops. In this second image we have the VIP consultant we have it at the first level because that person has sponsored 3 people in. But we also have it at the second level down the leg because that person has sponsored 5 people in. So if the first person who sponsored 3 people in doesn't happen to make their sales to maintain rank in that month, it will continue looking down that leg and find the second person and test to see if they have met their qualification. So here in the third image we can see that again there are 2 chances for this leg to be qualified because the top of the leg, the first person has sponsored 3 people in, but also 4 levels down we have another person who has sponsored 4 consultants in. So when we're talking about legs, we introduced levels, and what we mean by levels is the number of hops you need to go down a leg to reach somebody. So again, we've got 3 images to show this, and each of these legs has 3 levels. So it doesn't matter how many people are in a given leg or how many people are at a particular level. If we want to reach somebody at the bottom of any of these 3 legs, we got to go 3 hops down. So each of these structures are 3 levels. And finally, in the compensation plan, we talk about generations. So a generation is that part of a leg that starts with a director and it contains everybody under them. So unfortunately I don't have a screenshot of a director in our organization. We're still looking for our first. But if we jump back to the previous slide, if we look at the image on the right, the third leg here, and we said, for argument's sake, the first person there who has 2 levels under them was a director, then the generation here would be that person plus their team. You can have multiple generations in any leg, so you can have directors under directors. And like I said, we don't have any screenshots yet of any directors. Okay, so let's talk about the bonuses that are available in Simply Aroma. So again, these are bonuses based on not your personal sales, but the sales of your team underneath you. So again, in order to be paid a bonus, in order to be downline commission qualified, you have to meet those certain criteria, which we mentioned. So you have to do your 400 in personal sales, or you have to be enrolled in an SOP and do 100 in sales, or you have to have enough in SOP to cover the $200 requirement. So Downline bonuses are based on the team's volume, which is 75% of retail. And we've got 4 different types of bonuses. We've got sponsoring bonuses, which are paid on people you personally bring into the company. We have team bonuses, which are paid down your structure a certain number of levels. We have advisor bonuses, which are paid on absolutely everybody under you, regardless of the number of levels you have in your team. And then we have generation bonuses, which are paid on those generations. So they're paid on directors' teams underneath you. Excuse me. So here is the current bonus plan. So as you can see at the bottom, you start as a consultant, and the first column there, sponsoring bonus, is 5%, and that's available to everyone. So no matter where you are in your Simply Aroma career, you will get paid 5% on everybody you bring into the company. The next column then is the advisor bonus, and that only kicks in at VIP manager. So once you have developed your team large enough that you're hitting VIP manager, Simply Aroma recognizes that you are a strong leader, you're reaching into your team, you're reaching down legs, and you're helping everybody. You're working in the deepest, most excited part of your structure, and therefore you deserve to be both recognized and rewarded for that. So the next 4 columns then are the team bonuses, and each of these are 3%, and they go on your first level right down to your 4th level depending on your rank. So as a consultant who's just entered the company, you would get paid 3% on your first level. So you would get paid 3% in their volume for the team volume, but if you sponsored them into the company too, you'd also get that 5%. As a VIP consultant, you get paid that 3% on 2 levels. At manager, that's 3 levels, and then VIP manager, you get paid the 3% on 4 levels down. Excuse me. That's also where the advisor bonus kicks in. Then when you get to director, you start getting paid the generation bonus. So if you're a director and you have a director under you, you will get that additional 2% bonus on their team. VIP director, if you have 2 directors down a given leg, you'll get 2% on the first one and 2% plus the 2% on the second generation. And then when you hit the pinnacle of your Simply Aroma career and your executive director, you'll get paid the generation bonus on 3 levels of director. Now, we'll go into a little bit more detail and recap each of these with slides. So, sponsoring bonus. The sponsoring bonus is 5%. It's paid to you on anyone that you bring into the business. Your rank does not matter, and their rank does not matter for you to get this bonus. But you do need to be commission qualified, as with all of our bonuses. So this is based on sponsorship, not placement. So usually the people you sponsor into the company will be in your front line. They'll be there on your first level. But in certain circumstances, you might sponsor them and they'll get placed deep into your organization. If that happens, then you will still get paid your sponsoring bonus, which is 5%, because you sponsored them into the company. If you happen to have somebody above you in your upline transfer somebody directly under you, you do not get the sponsoring bonus because that person was placed on your front line. You didn't actually sponsor them in. And yeah. So then team bonuses. Team bonuses are 3%, and they start at, they run up to 4 levels down. So we can see when you're a consultant, you get paid on your first level. When you get paid, when you rank up to VIP consultant, you get paid the team bonus of 3% on 2 levels. Manager is 3 levels, and VIP manager and above, you get paid the team bonus on 4 levels. So this bonus is based on placement, not on sponsorship. So this looks at your structure per the back office, and it's paid on 4 levels down on that. If a 0 is encountered, then it looks further down the leg. So in the image we've got here, we can see that there are 5 levels. But if, for example, when you traverse down that leg to get to the circle consultant, anybody who's done 0 in sales, that person will roll up for commission purposes, and you'll actually get paid your team bonus based on that person. Excuse me. So the advisor bonus, when it kicks in at VIP Manager, is 2%, and it's paid on all legs, on all levels, down to the first generation, so down to the first director in that leg. Here's a screenshot of what your team might look like when you approach VIP Manager rank, and as you can see, at this stage in your Simply Aroma career, you have a lot of consultants under you, and they've built good-sized teams. So that 2% advisor bonus can actually be quite sizable. Excuse me. The generation bonus then, as we mentioned, is 2%. It's paid on your first director's organization on each leg. So you can actually get up to 3 generation bonuses per leg if you've got directors under directors under directors. We don't have any screenshot of what that might look like. So, excuse me, the 40% rule and the 2-month rule. So, at VIP Manager and above, 2 conditions kick in as far as ranking goes. The first is that no more than 40% of the team volume required for qualification or maintenance may come from any one leg. So that means that you need to have 2 or 3 or more legs that are doing about the same amount of volume. So we don't want to have the situation where somebody sponsors one person into the company and that person is a rock star and builds up a huge team. Then the person who sponsored them in shouldn't rise at the same rank level. They need to do their own work and develop additional legs. So that's where the 40% rule comes in. The 2-month rule is that reaching qualification requires 2 consecutive months at that threshold. And at first glance, this seems like a bit of a mean rule, where it says that you got to hit your goals for 2 months before you rank up. But actually, it is something that protects consultants. So we don't want to have the situation where a consultant is yo-yoing up and down between ranks and might be buying additional volume to try to shore up excuse me, their rank when they are close to ranking up, and we don't want them to be reaching out to their downline and saying, hey, I only need so many more dollars this month to reach my goal. Can you all please buy $100 worth of inventory to keep on hand? That happens in a lot of direct sales companies, and it's bad. It helps nobody in the long term. And Simply Aroma decided that they wanted to discourage that type of behavior. So that's where the 2-month rule comes in. So, I touched on this slide already. Qualification and maintenance are separated, and we want to understand why. Well, in Simply Aroma, we have a certain threshold for manager and above that you must hit to qualify. And then once you've qualified and gotten that rank, the threshold in team volume actually drops dramatically by up to 1/3. So that has 2 effects. The first we already talked about. It makes sure that you get there naturally, so that there's no yo-yoing up rank, down rank, up rank, down rank. The second part of that is that it actually makes it a lot harder to lose the rank once you've attained it. So we have a little comparison here. So for qualification, you must hit your rank, you must hit the qualification criteria for 2 consecutive months to rank up. For qualification, you need a certain number of the previous rank. So in order to rank up to manager, you need to have at least 2 VIP consultants. In order to rank up to VIP manager, you need to have 4 or more managers. And again, the 40% rule applies to qualification. When you enter maintenance mode, however, again, you must hit your team volume requirements each month, but the criteria for having a certain number of the previous rank actually drops away. So once you're in maintenance mode for your rank, you just need 2 consultants and 2 VIP consultants, plus your team volume in order to maintain your rank. And that makes it, that protects the consultant from the fluctuations that might happen in their team volume. So if you have 4 managers and one of them gets sick and loses their rank for a particular month, it won't make you automatically drop down from VIP manager, because you've already qualified for that rank. You're in maintenance mode, so there's no requirement for you to have a specific number of the previous rank under you. And again, in maintenance mode, the 40% rule applies. So we touched on it on the previous slide, but here is how what you need to get to qualify for each rank. So as you can see, the first column, it's a little outdated. It says that you need personal sales of $400 for the month. That has actually changed, and now you just need to be bonus qualified or downline commission qualified for that month. So you do have the option of doing the $400 in personal sales, or the $100 SOP and $100 in personal sales, or $200 in SOP. To rank up from your entry-level consultant to VIP consultant, you just need to be bonus qualified, and have 3 personally sponsored consultants. To rank up to manager, you need a 6,000 volume, and then you also need 2 personally sponsored consultants, but you need 2 personally sponsored VIP consultants. So this is what we meant when we said that you need a certain number of the previous rank. Now, at VIP manager, the asterisk at VIP manager and above lets us know that the 2-month and the 40% rule kicks in at this point. But for a VIP manager, you need to be bonus qualified, have team volume of $15,000, and have 4 or more personally sponsored managers. At director, you need $50,000 volume, 4 managers plus 1 VIP manager. And then at VIP director and executive director, you need to add 1 more of the previous rank. And this is for qualification. For maintenance, you can see that this slide is significantly different to the previous slide. You can see that the whole right side of the chart is blanks. So this, like I said before, once you've actually qualified for a rank, in order to maintain it, the requirement for a certain number of the previous rank to be on your team actually goes away. So when we look at the left side of the slide, we can see that we still have that condition where we need to be bonus qualified for the month in order to maintain our rank, and we still have a certain team volume to achieve. However, for a VIP manager and above, that volume has dropped. So excuse me while I flip back and forward between the 2 slides, but when we look at manager, we see that in order to qualify for your rank, you need 6,000 volume, and to maintain it, you need 6,000 volume. At VIP manager, you need 15,000 volume when you're qualifying for the rank, but when you're in maintenance mode, you only need $10,000 team volume. Director, then, it's 50,000 to qualify, 30,000 to maintain. For VIP director, it's 80,000 to qualify and 50,000 to maintain. And then at executive director, it's 120,000 to qualify and 90,000 to maintain. So like we said, Simply Aroma believes that once you've qualified for something, it should be easier for you to maintain it because you've already done the hard work and you should be protected somewhat from whatever fluctuations or unusual conditions might occur in your downline. So we'll run briefly through each of the 6 levels now, and we'll talk about what you need to at each rank to be qualified. So to be VIP consultant, you need to be bonus qualified and have 3 personal active consultants. You get 2 levels of team bonus when you're a VIP consultant. That's 3% on your first 2 levels. And as you can see here, we've got 5 images of different VIP consultants. So on the top left, you have the basic case where you have a person who has sponsored 3 people in, and that person is a VIP consultant. Then at the other extreme, you have at the bottom where you've got a person who has happened to sponsor in 19 people, and some of those people have sponsored people in, and again some of those people have sponsored other people in. But because this person, the top consultant here, doesn't have 2 VIP consultants in their organization, they can't rank up. So for manager, you need to be bonus qualified and have 6,000 in team volume. You also must have at least 2 personal active consultants and 2 or more VIP consultants. At manager, you get an additional level of team bonus, so you get 3 levels of 3%. And when we look for ranking, it actually looks down your legs to find your VIPs. So in these 2 images we've got here, the person on the left has 2 VIP consultants and 2 ordinary active consultants, because the first person has 3 personally sponsored and the second person has 9 personally sponsored. On the image on the right, we can see that the manager has 2 consultants, so the first 2 people on the tree there are consultants. The third person, should I say, has sponsored 7 people in and is a VIP consultant, but the 4th person is only a consultant. However, for ranking, it looks down the leg, and we can see that 3 levels down we have a VIP consultant where somebody has sponsored in 4 people into the company. So this VIP consultant counts for the entire leg. So the manager has his 2 personally sponsored active consultants and 2 legs that each contain a VIP consultant. So at VIP manager, as ever, you need to be bonus qualified. Then you need your 15,000 team volume and your 4 different legs with managers in them to qualify. That drops to 10,000 team volume, 2 consultants and 2 VIP consultants to maintain your rank. As we said before, the 40% and 2-month rules apply here. You get 4 levels of team bonus, which is 3% at each level, and then your advisor bonus kicks in too, which is 2% on all levels and all legs until it goes down and hits a director in that leg. At director, you need 50,000 team volume, 4 managers and 1 VIP manager to qualify. That drops to 30,000 team volume and 2 consultants and 2 VIP consultants to maintain. The 40% and 2-month rules still apply. You still get your 4 levels of team bonus and your advisor bonus, but you get the additional generation bonus if you have any directors down any of your legs. At VIP director, you need $80,000 to qualify. You need your 4 managers plus your VIP manager plus your director to qualify. Once you've qualified, you need $50,000 and then the 2 consultants and 2 VIP consultants to maintain it. As with these higher ranks, the 40% and 2-month rules still apply. You still get your 4 levels of team bonus and your advisor bonus. But at VIP director, you get 2 levels of generation bonus. So if you have 2 directors in any leg or many different legs, then you will get 2% on the first director's structure and an additional 2% on that second director's organization. Then finally, the top rank that we have is executive director. So you need $120,000 team volume to qualify, and you need 4 legs with VIP managers in it, 1 leg with a director and 1 leg with a VIP director. Excuse me, there's a typo in that first bullet point. Once you've qualified, the requirement drops back to 90,000 team volume, and your active consultants and VIP consultants, the 40% and 2-month rules apply. You get 4 levels of team bonus, you get your advisor bonus, and now you get 3 levels of generation bonus. I know we covered a lot of information there and a lot of text, so I'll be making these slides available in the team group. And that is the end of our presentation. I hope that it's been useful. I hope that it's been informative, and if you have any questions, please reach out to us in the team group. Thank you.